Today we're going to be talking about pulmonary valve regurgitation. Pulmonary valve regurgitation is a condition or deformity on your pulmonary valve which reduces the blood flow from the heart to the pulmonary artery and to the lungs. So what does this all mean? Let's first go over some basic heart anatomy. First we have the left ventricle, then we have the left atrium, the right ventricle, the right atrium, the pulmonary artery, and the aorta. And then we have the pulmonary valve, and this is in a normal heart. In a normal heart, as indicated by the red arrow, the blood will flow up until the pulmonary valve, and the valve will open, allowing the blood to flow through the pulmonary artery and into the lungs to become oxygenated. However, if a person has pulmonary valve regurgitation, the normal process is disrupted. The blood will flow from the right ventricle through the pulmonary valve into the arteries and to the lungs as normally. However, the valve will not close. This will create backflow, and the blood is able to go back through the valve and flow back right into the right ventricle. A leaky pulmonary valve allows blood to flow back into the heart chamber before it gets to the lungs for oxygen. So in order to show how the pulmonary valve works more clearly, we're going to be conducting a cow heart dissection to show the internal structure. So as you can see, we have our cow heart here, and it's a lot bigger than a human heart, which is helpful for us because it allows us to see all the structures a lot better. So right here you see Sydney has pointed out the pulmonary artery. And what we're planning to do is to cut the lining here in order to expose the inside of the pulmonary artery. And this will help us be able to see the valve a lot better. So right now we're just using a scalpel and we're just cutting the outside of the pulmonary artery. And here we've exposed the inside of the pulmonary artery. So next we're planning to make a frontal cut, and we're just cutting from the apex of the heart, which is also known as the tip, and we're essentially just using the scalpel to slice the heart in half and split it into its front and back sections. By cutting the heart in half, we can clearly see all the internal structures, and we have a view of the pulmonary artery and the pulmonary valve from the bottom and from the top. So upon opening up, we see the right and left ventricles, and where we're sticking our finger through is where the pulmonary valve is. So if we open up the heart again, we can see the pulmonary valve right there. And here is the pulmonary artery that we just cut, and if we open it up we can actually see the valve and the three flaps that keep the valve closed. So as you can see, there are three distinct flaps, and this is what it looks like, or it should look like when it's closed. All the flaps should kind of come together into the center and form a really tight seal that will prevent any blood from leaking back. So normally the flaps should be able to open and close. However, during pulmonary valve regurgitation, the flaps do not close and they stay open. And this is a problem because it causes the blood to flow back from the pulmonary artery back into the pulmonary valve into the right ventricle. So just to quickly summarize, so this is the case for a normal heart. The blood will flow from the right ventricle and then through the pulmonary valve into the pulmonary artery that we cut. And then it should flow all the way down, and then the valve will close in order to prevent the blood from flowing back. However, during regurgitation, the blood will flow through. However, the valve will not close, and the blood will have a chance to flow back into the right ventricle. I hope this video helped with your understanding, and thank you for watching.